I think one of the mistakes that you do when you start scaling your company, I mean,
Yeah.
we've done that a little bit, is maybe delegating too early the hiring. And
Mm.
I think in general, like delegating is something that can be quite dangerous um, when you start going to this phase where you move from this very small core group of people. I remember when we raised the Series A of Upflow, we were a team of 13 people. So it was really, really smooth and and intense, and we all knew each other. And then suddenly, like now we are a team of 70, and a lot of things get diluted, right? You just like sometimes you see people in interview, but you only see them for like 20 minutes, and it's like, oh, that's the co-founder interview, that's the last step, and you just say hi, you ask for a few questions, and then you move on.
Yeah.
And the truth is that you realize that even if your company is 70 people, like 70 people is, it seems like a lot when you start, but it's not that much, right? You still know everyone. You still, every single function is just like 3 or 4 people in a way, right? And I think um, you should spend that time to assemble the best team, because that's um, what is going to make or break your company ultimately. Like I always tell the team that, like when you get to post product market fit, right, it's really more about like how you scale the organization than trying to figure out like if you have a good product or good customers. If you don't have them, like it's going to be the job of your team to actually find the right customers, the right pricing, answer the right question. So it's really about the team. And I think like as founders, you should 100% spend a lot of time on interviewing and making sure that like you're not delegating this too early, because little things can go off the way pretty quickly.
Mm.
And related to that, one of the other advice that I would give to other founders, and it's not my advice, it's an advice that I got from other founders that were really, really far away, like ahead of us in terms of the journey, was just making sure that you clarify your values or parenting principles as early as possible. Because oftentimes you can think about like, oh, these are the values, like only like the large companies have those, and there's like the 4 values that are on the wall and no one really
Yeah.
reads them and stuff. But the reality is just that your organization is somehow specific, and you want to make sure that people understand what is required to work in this organization, and what is like things that you can bring that are totally like different, that is totally cool. But there's a couple of things on which you don't want to compromise, and you want to make sure that these things are super clear within your group and for people that would actually join. And that would be like my piece of advice, which is also linked to the other one, on which, well, your role is to stay involved in this, but it's to stay involved on making sure that those operating principles apply and that they are enforced. And this has been a big part of our job at Upflow over the last couple of months as we started growing the company.